At our next test prep question for grade 5, and it says, the distance between two houses on a street is 450 meters. What is the distance measured in kilometers? Again, we're usually always going to have a question on distance. In this case, we're dealing with the metric units. And one thing that we tell our students to remember, or one way to remember, is just remembering the first letter of each. So we have K for kilo, H for hecto, D for deca. Then we have our basic unit of meter, gram, and liter, depending on what you're doing. Then we have deci, centi, and milli. So one way that students remember this is by thinking King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. It sounds silly, but it does help them on the test because oftentimes students will draw this chart and just a basic version of it before they start the test so they remember. And one of the easiest things to do here is just to figure out which way we're going to be converting and how to move that decimal point. So what do we know from this question? So we know the distance between two houses on a street is 450 meters. So the first thing that we're going to know here is our basic unit. We're using meters, okay? So we're going to figure out about grams and liters. You do convert them the same way, but here we're dealing with length, so we're dealing with meters. And what do they want to know? Well, they want to know the distance of 450 meters in kilometers. So they want to know how many kilometers is 450 meters. And a good way to do that is to use our chart here, or a metric conversion chart. And we tell the students this, find out wherever you're starting. So we know we're starting here. Let me just switch colors real quick. We're starting with meters. So we want to go from our basic unit of meters right here to kilometers. So we want to think about which way are we going on the staircase. Well, I can see kilo is all the way up top. So we're going 1, 2, and 3 steps to the left. Okay, so if you look down here, it says to convert to a larger unit, which we're doing because metric or meters in the middle, we're going larger. You divide, or you just move the decimal point however many steps to the left. So let's rewrite our number here, 450, and we want to divide or move our decimal 3 places to the left because we went up 3 spots. Well, there's no decimal here, but students all know that the decimal in any single number, especially any whole number, is always at the end. So the decimal point's here, and we want to move this now 3 places to the left, essentially dividing by 1,000. So we're going to move it 1, we're going to move it 2, and we're going to move it 3 places right here. We always just put a 0 for a placeholder. So that means that our number is 450 thousandths of a kilometer. And that makes sense because meters are smaller than kilometers. So our answer must be smaller. So again, this is just a very good chart to draw when you're taking the test in order to convert metric units. If you're going to the left, you're just moving the decimal point however many steps you go, basically dividing by powers of 10. If you were going to the right, if you started with a smaller unit, or to convert to a smaller unit, you move the decimal to the right.